Alrighty. Well, we good this time. Let's get it. All right, we're back, everybody. We're back. I know we've been going for a long hiatus. I guess you want to
Very,
say
very, very. Yeah,
a
it's been a
very long
while.
time.
It's
It's been
been
a
a
long
while.
time.
Yeah.
Been a long time, but now we're back, everybody. People been asking, where Fandom Flavor, where they at? Where they at? Well, we back now. We back, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Got a lot of stuff, a lot of shows, a lot of sports going on, specific, obviously basketball and football. So we're going to just dive into it. Let's get into it.
Man, hold on. I don't. Before we got sports as well, but we got shows and movies to talk about too.
I did.
Brother.
I said shows. I said shows. I said shows.
My
Yeah,
bad.
and movies and everything else like that. So
Yeah, we got a lot. We got a lot of stuff to get back to.
Yeah,
All right, let's get it, man. So we kicking it off again. Once again, we got Aaron got his full name today. Aaron James on the
it don't show up on YouTube.
My bad. My bad. So you can cut that out there. But so back with the brothers. I'm Zach.
Yep, I'm Aaron. We back, y'all,
for another episode of Fandom and Flavor, man. We just appreciate y'all tuning in and rocking with us again. I know, like Aaron says, it's been a long hiatus, but we ready.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're back. And we're gonna just go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about these playoffs right now. The NBA playoffs, obviously, what's going on. It's a good series going against the Thunder and Spurs. Yeah. Get your prediction, what you think, and how this series is going, and especially with a lot of stuff that's been talking about the foul baiting from Shea. What do you expect from the Spurs? What do you expect from the Thunder?
People just need to get it. I'm sick of hearing about the foul. The refs are all me and you talk about this off stream all the time. Like like I said, the more basketball I've watched this year, I see that the inconsistency. The refs are inconsistent, so that allows certain things to happen, dynamics in the game to happen. But before we get into that, we'll come back to the refs. I want to talk about my prediction. So, like I told you off stream, I think I chose the Spurs and the Knicks in the finals this year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, it's after last night. So last night they played Game 4, the Spurs and Thunder, and the Spurs came out. They got a 21-point victory yesterday. So. Yeah.
I think it was like the lowest scoring the Thunder have scored in a long time. So they held them to it down.
Because Shea didn't play the fourth quarter. They kind of threw in the towel. I think what really hurt them last night. Well, first of all, the others, as Shaq would say, or the role players of the bench, they weren't hitting shots. They weren't hitting open shots. But I think the Thunder did what they needed to do, which is get back home court advantage by going in there. They won Game 3 against the Spurs. So I think it was like almost a toss-up because I think Jalen Williams and AJ Mitchell are probably gonna come back for Game 5.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they could potentially come back, especially AJ Mitchell. But Jalen Williams, I don't know. I think he might just be. They probably just run him out.
Yeah. He might be, because he's been dealing with that hamstring all season.
Anything gonna hinder him. Like, this is a tough series for him to come back after playing, and they very, very physical. They're very physical. Both teams are physical, and if they let him play how they want to play, then I don't see him. He gonna pull that hamstring, gonna make it even worse.
Yeah. You don't want him to have a long-term injury. So yeah, if it's not safe, but if it's just a day, because they got him listed as day to day. So I don't know, maybe just aggravated a little bit, but he's been dealing with it all season. So I just don't. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, they missed him because at first I went in the Lakers series, OKC and LA, when they played each other, I was like, man, they might not even. Everybody started talking about, like, man, they might not even need J-Dub. They might not need Jay Williams, and I was like, oh yeah, they might not. And then this dynamic with the Spurs came, and like Jalen Williams, like he sorely outplayed AJ Mitchell to me. Like it was clearly evident, like, oh yeah, he bigger, stronger, and faster than AJ Mitchell. Don't get me wrong, AJ Mitchell, I think he's good, but it also
he just had a good run against the Lakers. He's good. He's a solid player. Don't get me wrong. He's a very, very good player. But when you got a little bit more physical guards, like, as the Spurs do, they take him out his game, because was quick. He was quick. He was very fast against the Lakers. He got to the spots very quick. He was just a more athletic player than what the Lakers had on their bench. And now you see with this Spurs team how they younger, and how they could play against him. They just bump into him. He losing. He can't get to the spot. He losing track. So
yeah, that's true.
That's the big difference. I mean, their bench is still. I mean, And it's still like how the Lakers series was. The bench was winning games for them, and they still doing it for them. And in this first series, like the 2 games they won because of the bench.
Yeah, because they have a really, really deep team. Like their team is really deep. They have a legit depth. Because even when like when they put in Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe yesterday, and I'm like I said, them guys is good. They just weren't making shots last night, and that just happens. Sometimes it was off. Their legs might be tired. They just like I said, they also mentally they are. I think they already had made it in mind. I was like, man, we got game 3. We got what we wanted to come here to do was split, so we can go back. OKC, they win game. So, like I said, personally, like I chose the Spurs, but the way the series and dynamics is going, I'm like, either team can win. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, either team can win. Like I feel like the OKC has shown that they should win this series because of they won it last year. Their veteran, their previous experience, and then also having Shade is the 2-time MVP, and he been dissecting the game. Because I mean that's all they trying to do is get it out of his hand. It's just when they get out of his hands, guys got to make shots. Now Wemby on the other side, I'm like, hey, they don't have no answer for Wemby, but I feel like the physicality of Isaiah Hartenstein, Chet playing them straight up, like I feel like that helped them. Other Jalen Williams. I think that helped them because that was like that first game, man. They just let Wemby dominate. Like he was just he has like this game he only had like 8 boards. A previous game he only had like a few boards. Like the first 2 games he had double-digit rebound. He had 20 and then 17. But the last 2 games he has not. I don't think he's cracked double-digit in rebounding. So
yeah, they kind of cut him off on the offensive boards. That what they got him. I mean because most of the times half of those boards is him missing, tip it back up again. So
exactly.
Yeah, so like he tried to do that one play, but they cut him off trying to.
He can't do that. You got size on him because he had Alex Caruso and Jalen Williams, and I think that's one thing is because Jalen Williams got hurt, they was like, man, we're gonna have to put because they took out Isaiah Hartenstein really quick.
The first game.
Yes. Like he only played a few minutes, and then it was like okay, but then it's second game to kind of so
like I said,
so they started using the throne, and he's been doing a good job against women because you got to throw size at him right now. Like right now he has too many holes offensively in this game. Yeah. So, but once his biggest hole is strength. His strength, he gets thrown off his spot too easily.
But I think
that's the biggest growth for any player is having that natural strength where you can take the contact and get to your spot and won't let it affect you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like he started his work too far out. Like he need to be down because
he's getting pushed out.
And he's
pushing him out.
But he's not even like trying. Like some parts watching the game last night is like he stopped at the 3-point line, coming up, set a screen, roll. I mean he's not rolling to the basket. He's fading out, and he's trying to just get the 3, then trying to go out. But if he get it literally, if he gets at the elbow, I mean this is like 2 steps in for him because he's so daggone tall. So it's like literally 2 steps. It's not that much of a work as in a guy that's like 6'3", got to get a little bit deeper, 6'5", 6'6". They got to really, really force him and put enforce their will into getting that spot. He doesn't. I mean, he's so tall that it really just throw it up to him in a sense, and just then he can start his efforts and going because too far him trying to rip through and dribble low and try to get to the paint. That's a key to a lot of turnovers. I mean, that was his biggest thing. If he did that, he started a 3-point line, rip low, then dribble hard, trying to hard dribble into the paint. He's getting ripped because all those guys, they want you to dribble low because you can't do nothing. They're going to go at your legs every single time. So I think that's just the biggest thing that I think for him to start his work early.
But that was the reason why I said about the strength, because you got to think, you going down there bumping bodies with Isaiah Hartenstein. Isaiah Hartenstein got how many pounds on him? 20, 30 pounds on him. So you got to bump bodies consistently for 48 minutes. That takes a toll on your body, man. You got to do it for a whole series. So they pushing him out. He working out. He backing out. They pushing him out. I'm just saying. So it was like, okay, like you could go run from post up, but like you can't have a steady diet of that because it just wears him down. Because you also the biggest impact for Wembanyama is his defense. So he protects his paint, and you wear his legs out, man. That just affects everything. Shot, his blocking ability. So it's just that's why I say over time. I think because he's only 22 right now, so he's young. He's gonna gradually build his strength. Because I like prime example, like LeBron. He don't play out the top of the key, but you know why? Because he's strong as hell. I mean, as heck. Yeah. Like he can push his way he can push his back his way down. Not many guys can stop him because he got that old man. That dude's 41 years old. Like he's strong.
He's strong.
you naturally get stronger. Like when people say grown man strength, it is grown man strength. It's just naturally you
Yeah.
get stronger as
Yeah.
time. I mean, at a certain point you plateau. But yeah, so I just think once he gets stronger, it's gonna be good night, Irene,
Yeah,
as Shannon Sharp say.
he's very. I mean, yeah, I mean he could do it all. Like literally watching
It's
the game
done,
is
cause like cause like he'll better back in, like you said, the elbow gonna be his best friend, cause he better turn over his shoulder,
and
boom,
just shoot.
pull, yeah, just shoot over people.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
he can do a little hook shot.
he
If he
really don't
develop
have to do too much. He don't have to bump down. I mean, whenever he gets switched on Chet Holmgren, yeah, because they about even.
Cause he don't post. He don't really post up like that.
He don't.
Cause he don't have the strength. Like I said, he don't have the strength to. Because if he did, like all he had to do turn off his right or left shoulder, just hook shot. He would just hook shot the whole game. It's like Kareem back in the day, or Wilt Chamberlain. Like how they scored out on points is because they had go-to shots and they were taller than everybody else.
Yeah. I mean it's kind of inevitable for him. It's gonna eventually gonna get to that point. Like as he continue to work with the. Obviously, the older vets, with Keem, Kevin Garnett, those are some few names that he worked with this past summer and what he went through. So, I mean, shoot, you can definitely see an improvement from last year to this year.
He's getting better. He takes coaching. You can tell, man, he wants to be good. He wants to be great.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I'm just saying, like, when everybody hype him up, like, yo, Wemby, I'm going to be this. I said, let me see it. Let me see him first. And I saw some of that dog, and I said, this dude hungry. I said he play hard. Like because some guys just don't have, like we were talking about DeAndre Ayton. Like some guys got the skill and talent, they just don't have that motor, man. They don't have that want.
I had no motor. They have no motor.
And it's like the guys that want it, it just evident. It shows up quickly. And so with Wemby, I was like, yeah, he wants it. He want it. Like this dude he's trying to be the best.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he is trying to be the best. I mean, if he beat the OKC and get to the finals and he wins the finals, like he wins it in his third year at 22 years old, man, that's gonna be crazy.
But yeah, I still, like I said, I think this is how I look at it though. So, and then I need to get your prediction. As a matter of fact, let's go and get your prediction. What do you say? Who you got in the finals?
I got in the finals. I got Spurs. Yeah, I got Spurs versus Knicks. Obviously, the Knicks are 3-0 against the Cavs. I think that's kind of a wrap series. But I got Spurs because I think looking over the past years, looking over last year, even for the Thunder to get to it, I think they went Game 7 or Game 6 against the Nuggets last year. They went 7 games with the Pacers into the finals. And I think they're beatable more than what people have put on for them. I think they're a very good team, but I think they're beatable, and the Spurs Spurs and Knicks kind of have like the recipe to do it because they got some physical guards, they got guards that can play, and the Thunder is very guard heavy, and they got one bit that can step out and shoot a three, but you can kind of combat that if you have those type of guys on either other side, and so I think matchup wise, Spurs and Knicks match up with them good. Luke Cornett kind of play like Harstein. He's a hard worker, crash the glass, trying to get extra possessions. He just does the little things. Victor's also the superstar, but he can step out, shoot a three as a big. That kind of combats with Jalen Williams. Caruso do it all. It's kind of remind me of Stephon Castle. He does it all. He guards the hardest, guards the best defender. He does it. He does everything. He trying to finish
the best offensive player.
Yeah, the offensive player, and then everybody else in the bench players just come in and make some shots and make key plays, and I think they come back really well with each other.
That's I kind of was on the same mindset of that, but the only thing is I'm like looking at the dynamics of the team. So like like I said, they even the series back up and they're going back to OKC. I'm kind of like I said, I chose the Spurs, and I think the Spurs. I think the Spurs are gonna get beat by the Knicks. That's just me because I feel like they are really like identical teams, but I think the Knicks are just a veteran, stronger. They're better coached, not better coached, but they're well-oiled machine. I think that's why I feel like I feel like the Knicks have a legit chance of beating the Spurs if they see them in the finals. But I say if OKC gets to the finals, I think OKC is gonna win. I don't think because they can cut the hit off the snake with OKC with the Knicks because they can guard Jalen Brunson. I'm not saying the Spurs can't guard Jalen Brunson, but I just feel like they can get in their action because you got so many guards on OKC. I just feel like and also one thing that I said the Knicks have over the Spurs is their experience. They got a lot of guys that's experienced that been there. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I say I feel like that's the dynamic I say with that, but. I just I don't. I mean, I'm leaning to, like I said, I chose the Spurs, but the more I look at, I'm like, if they're able to get AJ Mitchell back and J Dub comes back, I feel like the OKC's gonna win this series just because of
I don't
like
know. He hasn't been playing well.
they kind of I can say they figured out Wemby, but his impact has been great. But it was tremendous in game one. Like when
But
we
they
saw
also went to overtime too, 41-17.
Thank you, double overtime. He had to be sensational.
But
And
he
I
also
feel like,
got another 33 points, and then they also brought back De'Aaron Fox. Fox coming back, helping them. Dylan Harper going.
He's not
He's
the same
hurt.
guy.
He's not the same.
You could tell that's
He's
the
not
same
the
thing.
same.
That's why I said AJ Mitchell and
bringing up
J-Dub.
the ball, his speed is still unmatched. You cannot pressure him. Like that's one thing about De'Aaron Fox that makes a big difference. It may just be the littlest key thing ever. Just pushing the ball up the court. His speed is still unmatched. That you cannot press him. He gets up the court. When he get up to the half court line, it's simple for him. Now then you figure out the pressure. But the biggest thing that what they kind of embellish on is that full court pressure, put a lot of pressure on. You can't really do that as much as on De'Aaron Fox because he's so quick. He's one of the fastest players.
And that's fine. But the thing is, I just feel like the dynamic with OKC, I feel like Shea is commanding so much attention from the Spurs. Like so much attention. He got so many open looks. You just got to knock the shots down. The Spurs, they everybody guarding man up. Like there's no doubling. You don't have to double Wemby at this point in the game. At this point in his career, you don't have to. You're not doubling him. They literally playing 1-on-1 with Isaiah Hartenstein or Chet. Now, if he get the offensive board, okay, he get the offensive board. But guys, I just feel like that. Like I said, that was a dynamic. Like OKC was hitting wide open shots. They just didn't hit them last night. That's why I feel like they getting better shots overall. They won't turn the now. Steph Castle, they said the last two games he didn't turn the ball over, but the last two games they had De'Aaron Fox.
That's what I'm saying. That makes a big difference.
It did. He's a ball, but he had 5 turnovers at the first game back. Yesterday he played better. Yeah. But as I say, they. That's what I'm saying. Like, really, the series is gonna start tomorrow. I think tomorrow. I think they play tomorrow.
Yeah, they play Monday. Yeah, I mean tomorrow, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
They do.
So they play tomorrow. Like going back to OKC. We'll see. Because I think both teams gonna really try to get that game tomorrow. They like both teams because it's like how they always say like game 3 is pivotal. We're gonna win game 3. Not whatever high percentage they win the series. Same thing. OKC won their third game, and I think the fifth game, like the third and the fifth game, and then like 7th game. Like you say, like always an eye game.
Yeah,
but I think, but like I said, I don't know. Whoever wins tomorrow is gonna win the series.
Yeah, I mean, I think that could be a possibility. I just see the Spurs win it because you really can't have an answer for him. I mean,
they do have an answer for him. They've been slowing him. He hasn't dominated like he did. Like I said, the very first game he dominated. Like
and
they went to double overtime.
He had a great game, but still in this game he killed them. I mean, he came out with the actual motion to attack. I mean, he took most of the shots in the beginning. He did. So, like, when he has an attack mode, it don't really matter. You really can't stop him because it don't matter if he does make it. He make those threes. He make them. He don't. He can run to go get. If he runs to get his rebound and he does a putback, I was like everything else.
But that's what I'm saying. I can live with him doing that. Because I'm like I said, he got to shoot over the top, whatever. He's gonna have to work for his shots, but he's not making kill passes like Shea. Like they're intentionally doubling him. Like so, it's all with the team. Their defense is always in rotation, which they can do that because they got Wemby on the floor, so they can protect the paint. But like I said, if OKC hit their wide open threes, like I said, I mean that's why I said the dynamic is. That's why I said whoever wins is game 5 because I'm like they're so evenly matched. But I just think whoever's getting better shots, and I think OKC's been getting better shots because like I said last night they could have just made Jared McCain, man, he shot terribly. Man, they made a couple. He made a couple of them things, man. It could be a totally different game. They could have won that game. They could be up 3-1 right now. But I mean,
They went on a 15-2 run in third quarter, and that was mostly caused off of turnovers from the OKC. I mean, so defensively, they're one of the top. Devin Vassell doesn't get enough credit and love for what he has done.
But they doubling Shea.
I mean, most of the time it's been kind of shut.
No, they running two at him every time, man. Like he's like they're shading the whole side to him. Like he can't. He's not getting. Cause they not let him get to his mid range. That's what I'm saying. That's the thing.
Then you got to do though. I mean, you run him off,
and that's my point. That's what I'm saying though. You don't have to do that with Wemby. Like you're not running a whole defense at Wemby. They run the whole
Nah.
defense at Shea, so that's what I'm saying. Everything they're always sort of like their guards are always in rotation. So like I said, if he makes the shot, he made the pass, they kick it. They were getting open threes. They just was missed. Jalen Williams last night, man, he had so many open looks. It's a bit like he if he knocks a couple of those down like he did in Game 3, him and McCain, they had so many open looks last night. They didn't make them. Now I mean, like I said, are you gonna bet on them making those shots? Because like I said, at the end of the day, I mean, like I said, you're going back home. They're going back home against OKC. So like I said, I don't know who's
they
going.
Both split. They both split each one at home. They got one.
Yep. So I said the series start now. It's the best of 3, and OKC is going back home. They got home court advantage, so they got a best of 3, and they got 2 games at home. That's all they got to do. Win at home. That's what I'm saying. It was different if Spurs took care of home and they're going back to OKC 3-1. I mean, I was like, okay, Spurs definitely win. But because they're going back and they're like the veteran, the experience, I'm like, because even Alex Caruso didn't take that many shots last night.
Yeah,
he didn't shoot
0 points.
He didn't shoot that much.
Yeah, he had 0.
So I think he made a bucket. He made a bucket last night.
I don't think so. I think he had 0 points.
No, he maybe did.
He went 0 for 1.
Okay, he did. Okay, he took that. That's right. He took that one shot. Yeah.
Yeah, because like looking at it, I'm like, 0 for 1. Let me see. Last night.
Yeah, man, he took 0 shots. I mean, 1 shot. That's crazy. So I'm saying, like,
0 for 1, 14 minutes, 0 points.
Yeah.
Jared McCain was 1 for 10, 0 for 5.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, they shot bad, man. They shot like 15, like what was like 17%.
They shot 18%.
18%. 18% from the 3. So yeah,
and but 33% from the field.
So right now, like I said, both of us right now we have the Spurs going to the finals, and we have the Knicks. Cause we talked about the Knicks and Cavs. Like it's not even this series was 3-0.
That series is over once the Cavs blew a 22-point lead in the 4th quarter.
Exactly.
You can't have that. You cannot do that against a team that's daggone high. I mean, and they swept the team. So like I said, they ran out of gas, and I blame coaching on that because you let a 22-point run go off of one player and you don't call a timeout.
Yeah.
That's just bad coaching. Like, what are you doing? You let it get to single digits. You had a 22-point lead, and you get down to 9 points, and then you're going to call a timeout. You have 4 or 5 timeouts in the 4th quarter. Like, why are you not trying to stop this run? Why are you not trying to put somebody else in there different that at least to try to put, spare some time for for your star players to get some rest? I just don't know. I don't know. So like I said, that was bad coaching for them.
It was because and then also they were just targeting James Harden.
Exactly. It was just you didn't sit them down. I think it was like as that run was going on, you see how they had a lot of time. Obviously 7 minutes for the Knicks to come back, and you don't sit out James Harden. You don't put in any of the other guys that you have on your bench. To, like I said, to buy some time. At least try to get him some rest or something. Get Donovan Mitchell to rest. Sit him out. Go put, I don't know, Tyson in or somebody else. Sam Merrill, Dean Wade, Max Strus, one of those guys to come in and go play or guard him. Like, that's it. But like I said, Kenny Atkinson, he didn't do his job. So
it's finally there.
And that's why they down 3-0.
Yeah.
And
it's over. That series is over. But I chose the Knicks to begin with. I just didn't think the Cavs had it. I don't know. It's just something about the Cavs. Like I said, their best player is Donovan Mitchell. I like Donovan Mitchell, but I don't think he should be your number 1. He was the number 1 on Utah. They didn't win nothing at Utah. I'm like, then he go to Cleveland. I'm like, he's a 6'2", 6'3" guard, man. It's just it's hard unless you an elite shooter like Steph. There's not many 6'3" guards as being the best player on your team gonna win. Like, it's throughout history. It's been shown like the tall guys just win. The big guys just win. Like, cause even like with D Wade, he when he won a championship, he won at 1 championship, but he had Shaq on his team. So Shaq was really the de facto number 1, but D Wade stepped it up because you still had to worry about Shaq.
Right.
So and D Wade went to another level, but also another thing, like D Wade 6'4", he's 6'4", almost 6'5". Like he plays like a small, like he plays bigger than he is too. That's another thing. He's like one of the best shot blocking guards. He's a great defender. That's why I feel like Ant can probably win a championship because I feel like he plays bigger than what he is. He's 6'4", but he plays big.
Yeah, he plays big. I mean, and Donovan Mitchell, what, 6'2"? Yeah, he's athletic enough. He's athletic enough. I agree with you that him being being the number 1 option, though. I think he's a great 2. I think he's a great addition to being a number 2, but
yeah, being the 1, Yeah, nope.
being
He
the one.
hasn't. Yep, he hasn't had a number. He has never had to take a back seat to nobody. I feel like he'll be. We've seen this movie now. It's like okay, Donovan Mitchell. We've seen him being number one for several years. He'll get to a certain point. He got to, like you said, he took the team to Eastern Conference. Man, that's good. I mean, that's good. But it's like, can you get him? Can you get him to the finals?
Yeah, and then having James Harden, everybody, always about him in playoff time. It's
But James Harden he's played fine. Like I mean, he's defensively, yeah, he's been a liability. But James Harden,
But-
you're not asking him to be. You're not asking him. You asking him to run point, and that's what he's doing. He's playing point guard.
no, I'm just saying in the sense of out of the guys that you could get during that trade deadline, you got James Harden, and I'm just saying the perspective of Harden as being playoff ready in the sense of take you over to that next level. Harden has never done it by himself.
He's never gonna. Yeah, but you're not asking him. That's what I'm saying. You're not. I'm fine with James Harden, whatever role he's playing. Like playing point guard, that's fine. You're not asking him to do because what was it? Darius Garland. What you asked him to do is play point guard, right? You swapped the point guards, but the problem with Darius Garland was he was hurt.
I mean, yeah, he was hurt.
So you couldn't count on him. So James Harden, at least he's available. The thing is, he's available, so he can he can run the team. I feel like he's played fine, but I just once again though, if you're saying Donovan Mitchell be the number one, I don't know. Because I'm like, are you saying James Harden number two? I feel like James Harden should not be number two on that team. I feel like Evan Mobley or Jared Allen should be number two, but they're not.
Definitely Evan Mobley.
You got a whole bunch of because James Harden is he's past his prime for the most part. I think he's like 35.
Yeah, he's 36. Yeah,
36. So he's 36. I'm saying you're not asking. You just asking to play a role, be a point guard. He can do that. He can go get you 18 points and get you 10 assists and not turn the ball over. He can get you that. I'm like, but that's not number. I'm not expecting him to be great. Like everybody like, oh, James Harden. I'm not putting this on James Harden. I'm like, we're not asking James Harden to be number one. We asking James Harden to just play his role. And I think he's doing okay. Like you said, Kenny Atkinson. That's Kenny Atkinson's fault. He got a 22-point lead, and James Harden. He's an offensive engine. He runs the offense. But once the defense is collapsing, you put somebody in there for defense.
Yeah, he should have put it Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder.
Exactly. Play defense. Put defense in there, and you don't do that because all you need is a few. Like let's say you kill some of that momentum, get a couple of stops.
That's it.
That's game, right?
That's game.
That's game. Yeah.
All you gotta do is get a couple of points, score a couple of baskets, and you good to go. But they didn't do that. Kenny Atkinson did not see the fit to make that change or go about doing that. So
yeah,
that's on them. That's on them. That is on them. I mean, this series pretty much over. They play today, and
you think they're gonna sweep?
I think it's gonna be a sweep.
Oh wow! Okay.
I mean, it's might as well.
If they get swept, like I said, they get swept, man. Like I said, you got to make some moves. You got to make some changes because I'm like Donovan Mitchell. Like I said, Donovan Mitchell can't be your number one. He can't be your number one, man. That's just me personally. I just don't think he could be number one for you on the team. They can shoot. They should try to trade. See, they could trade for Giannis.
Going to get Giannis?
Yeah, that's what they got a piece. I would go get Giannis for them. Giannis and Donovan Mitchell together would be a good combo, and then you automatically. I feel like Donovan can slide back. They're kind of similar age.
I would have if I could. I would have Donovan Mitchell. That would be a great pairing. I would like to see these three: Donovan Mitchell, Giannis, and Evan Mobley. Boy,
I was gonna trade Evan Mobley.
I know you probably would have to.
You're gonna have to. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna have to trade Evan Mobley.
Or I mean, people would take Jared Allen. Either one of them.
I'm not saying you won't take Jared Allen, but I'm like, what would the Bucks take?
A lot of picks. They got a lot of picks.
They're gonna take a pick, and then somebody probably
a player.
I feel like you're gonna. I feel like Evan Mobley, because he was a defensive player of the year. Like he got a lot of upside still. I think.
I mean, they're both young. That's what I said. They're both in the young age area. So I'm like, in the perspective, I think Mobley maybe 25, 26. I think Allen maybe 27. So if I were me, I'm trading Allen to get Giannis and keep Evan Mobley.
You can't. That's what I'm saying. Of course you're gonna say that, yeah, because you're like you want a better player. You got to play. You think Evan Mobley is better.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. Like I'm being realistic. I said the three.
Yes, but I'm being realistic. They gonna ask for Evan Mobley.
Yeah, they are. They for sure gonna ask for Evan Mobley.
Of course, what I'm saying. You're gonna ask for Evan Mobley, which is a swap though. It's like power forward for power forward.
Unless they do this, unless they do James Harden and Allen. They could do that as a pairing. Older guy.
Are they gonna try to get younger? There's a rebuild. They ain't gonna bring the old guy.
Right now, that's what I'm saying. One older guy.
You could technically still you could do something with Evan Mobley because he is young. He's been a defensive player of the year, so you could build your defense around him. You just got to get you another. Because you got Ryan Rollins.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I think
saying.
he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be a good player. You got some pieces in there, and then you get a good draft. Well, and then you get them draft picks, and you go get you a. I feel like because then you also use Evan Mobley later down the line. There's a trade piece as he get more into like when he become like 27, 28, you can move him off of him. I don't know. That's just me. I just like you got more as Rob Pelinka say optionality. You got more options with.
I guess, yeah. I mean, yeah, they for sure if they do that.
That's just me as an organization. I want Evan. I'm like, I want Evan Mobley in 3 or 4 picks. Well, because I'm like, because you gotta look at like a Desmond Bain, Mikal Bridges, like those trades, like how many picks they took to get those guys,
which was crazy.
Yes, exactly. And I'm like, like you say, for instance, like they traded Luka for like Anthony Davis and a pick. And a player like that was crazy. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
it's some bad players. I mean, some bad trades happening.
Yeah,
like,
don't get me wrong. Anthony Davis is a top 15 player and stuff. But at the same time, it's like he's been injury prone and he got a high contract. I'm like, I'm like, the Dallas Mavericks at least asked for like 3 first-round picks at least for Luka.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, for Luka, for especially a young star. That's your young star. I mean. Nobody will still ever understand what happened, why that all transpired, especially for the Mavericks perspective. As far as the Lakers perspective, yes, it makes 100%. It makes sense, but from the Mavericks perspective, no. Cause they fired everybody. Jason Kidd gone. Dad gone.
Oh, they doing a full rebuild now.
Yeah, I mean, because they hired the president,
Masai Ujiri.
Yeah, Masai Ujiri. So
yeah, which is good.
And I think Mark Cuban's back and being involved into with the owner. I mean, with that going on.
Okay, yeah.
So he sold it. He sold it after he sold it. That jump went to Doom.
That was his fault.
Yeah, I mean, he made a business deal. He said, "I'm gonna get this money." He said, "Hey."
But he can't complain about what the decisions they were
making.
He
still was like minority, and so now he gotta be like, "Well, they screwed this all up. I'm still gonna support, and I'm gonna get back into it and rebuild this thing because he still got Cooper Flag.
He's still minority. He's still the minority owner, so he still don't have final say.
No, he don't. But he
because I'm like, if they want to trade Luka, they were gonna trade Luka, even though it was a bad idea. Like he knew, but I'm like Mark. You traded your team, so you don't have you gave away your team basically, mostly ownership. I'm like, so you can't. Yeah, everybody knows it's a bad trade, but this guy, obviously, that's what I'm saying. They fired. What's his name? What's the guy? The guy that traded on the GM.
I forgot his name already.
So that's what I'm saying.
Like, that's
what I'm saying. People are always blaming him, but I'm like, at the same time, like, the owner had to sign off on that. He just as guilty. He should have lost ownership. Man, like that's what I'm saying. Like owners can't be punished for bad decisions.
No, they can't. Because they don't own the team.
But we
they own the team.
Yeah, so you can't. So bad decisions, but yeah, like I said, that Cavs and Knicks series, we both feel like that series is over. It's either going to 3. It's either going 4 games or 5.
I mean, but yeah, the Cavs. But one last point, but even for him to even actually, he's wrong because he even went to go ask the owner about this deal. Like you should, in your head, you should have even when you first heard, you shouldn't even thought about doing this.
Yeah, they both. Don't get me wrong, they both wrong.
Both of the GM because he shouldn't even been presented to the owner. He should have known this. Nico Harrison has the same. Yeah,
Nico Harrison. He presented it to him, but you ain't got this your team. You ain't got to say yes. It's the same thing with the Russell Westbrook trade. Like LeBron and AD, like, oh yeah, we should get Russ. It's Rob Pelinka's job to say, nah, I don't think that's good. Because that's your job. You to get the final say. But so that means if you just a yes man to say yes, you don't need that job. Because you don't know how to make right decisions for my franchise.
That is true.
Because you gonna let the players run his life. You're like, okay, so the player made a decision. Why am I paying you? If LeBron making the GM decisions, why am I paying you? And then the same thing is like, if you know Luka's your star player, he's bringing in the money. For instance, because you got to look at it from a franchise perspective too. He's bringing in a lot of money for you, revenue.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, this is entertainment. So the bottom line is to make money. And you get rid of your biggest asset, that's a bad business decision on your part.
Yeah.
So you a terrible owner in yourself. Like, man, Nico Harrison, like, you supposed to be smart. Nico Harrison, like, also, you obviously didn't know too much about your organization because you should know, like, Luka's your best player. Why would you want to trade him? Like, the guy presented that thing, you should have known immediately, like, no, that's a terrible idea. Then you fire him. You fire him, but then, like you fire him at the end of the season, like, he bringing me terrible ideas. We need somebody else in here.
Yeah, especially with
the owner should be done too because he made the decision.
Yeah.
They terrible. It was a terrible decision. No matter how you slice it, everybody involved was a terrible decision. Not on the Lakers part, that was a great decision. But the only thing is, they can't build a team around him, though. That's the problem. They ain't got no assets. They ain't got nothing to. They made some bad deals. That Russell Westbrook trade doomed them. And the only thing they in purgatory until LeBron retires and they get some picks. They ain't getting no picks though.
Yeah, but
because they ain't got no assets to trade. They ain't got nothing to trade.
I mean, now those picks are a little bit more higher value than they were beforehand because of the tanking rules and the new rules have been implemented to the NBA. So those picks are a little bit higher. So now they have a little more trade value. They have more trade value. Yeah, that's what they said. They said those picks are higher now. Because
blowing smoke up your hind part.
Ooh,
I'm
just saying with the rules because now people can't tank like that. So.
Yeah, that's plausible, but I just don't think the Lakers had a. Cause we was looking at the salary cap. I'm like, man, the plan because so you gonna
which don't make any sense. A lot of teams because a lot of teams got a lot of crazy cap holes.
So, but I'm just saying, like
that don't make any sense.
I don't know. Yeah,
it doesn't.
But
you
want to we can switch into this. You want to talk about this? You want to talk about the Lakers?
Well, you can talk a little bit, and then we're gonna transition to the football world.
Okay,
and then we'll go into that.
All right, well let's switch on to the Lakers because we could keep on where we're talking about where their off season is going because they're going to pay Austin Reeves. So you pay him, and I think that's the biggest and most valuable asset they have as a team, basically.
Yep.
Because because Luka already said he wants to play with Austin, so you play with Austin. But we'll see. Can you build around Austin and Luka? That's the biggest question mark we have because those two guys are not very athletic and not very good defensively. So they're good both of them are pretty good offensively. But I just are you gonna be able to put defensive pieces around them? Right now you got LeBron who's going to take up a good. If LeBron comes back, you're going to pay him. Is LeBron? LeBron ain't gonna play defense. He ain't gonna be the defensive stopper, but he's gonna be good.
Not within the regular season though.
Yeah, there's a point. So I was can you build a team? We saw that. They can because they won 53 games. Now we don't know what would have happened this year if Luka didn't get hurt. He could have went on a historic run because he went on a historic run in that March. So he could have went on a historic run in the playoffs.
The team itself, they were ranked. Kyle listened to the podcast. They were like we were ranked
top
top
podcast?
10. The Mind the Game with LeBron and Steve Nash. But he was talking about, doing that run, they were like top 10 in defense. He's like, we were playing well defensively, and then injuries. Boom, derailed us. Another thing. He said that's what we've been doing all season. So yeah, I mean they was that at the how you pace out the season. It was probably without injuries, foreseeable injuries, but how they were pacing out throughout the season, they were on the right pace because you ramp up, you get everything clicking, everybody's playing at that March, the April way, and then you go into the playoffs. Now you humming everything makes sense. Everybody understand the role.
Yeah, they were peaking at the right time.
Yeah, because
that March, like I said, that March run was historic. Even though the Spurs and OKC was right there, which is crazy.
They were there.
They were almost the same. They had the same records. So. Yeah. But it just goes to show you that they could be in that realm. The only thing is they met OKC near the end of the season and it derailed their whole plans.
Everything.
Even we see even in that OKC series with the Lakers, how JJ Redick just the game plan. You could see the game plan was working.
Yeah,
that game plan was working. It was close throughout. It's you were just missing a 33-point score. You were just missing that. You was missing that guy. You had that guy. You we could. They could win a couple of games. You're not getting swept. You're definitely not getting swept.
No.
And then on top of that, he's like, man, I would like to see this because it's just they got mollywopped in the regular season so many times, and
when they came to playoffs, like you were saying, but when it came to playoffs time, now they had a different plan. Even though it was making it seem like they did get beat, but they lost the game fourth quarter. It was just
every time the game was close. Every time it was close. They did their job. They did their job. They kept it close. They was competing because it could have been a massacre. Because in the regular season they got massacred.
Yeah.
They would get blitzed in the very first quarter and it was over.
Done. Yeah, it was done.
So, but the playoffs, no, they kept it close. They was productive. It's they was going back and forth. It's just at the end of the game, it's you had a guy that can do what he can do, and the Lakers did. So that's all I'm saying. So it's it's tough. The Lakers are in a tough predicament because you got a lot of guys as a playoff riser. You got Rui, who's a playoff riser. You got LeBron. Yeah. You got Luka. They're gonna Luke Kennard. You got Marcus Smart.
They all play well.
You just need a solid. You just need Da. He's just not a playoff riser. He's just not a riser.
It just wasn't.
He's not a riser. Austin Reeves,
he fluctuate, and then Austin Reeves getting hurt. You know, not being fully himself.
Yeah, but he was starting to figure it out. He was starting to figure it out. Like I'm saying, he was starting to figure it out. So and I think Austin Reeves is a playoff riser. I think he plays well in the playoffs. So I'm like, you got guys that can play well. He's like, they won enough games in the regular season. You won 53 games in the regular season. So you know you won back-to-back 50 win games, 50 win seasons with JJ Redick as your coach. So you're like, okay, we can get that. We can get a top 4 seed because they done it 3 and 4. So he's like, okay, you need one start. You need another starter. You need a big as a starter. If you can get 2, you can get a big and a wing and have Rui continue to come off the bench throughout the regular season and then be ready to go in the playoffs.
I like that. I mean, I like having,
but it's hard to do.
It's very hard. It's very hard to do. But I mean, it's gonna be the most plausible thing I like. But as far as what the team needs, I agree. Either, like you say, they get it big, and also I would love to see within this draft at the pick that they have, you could get a good athletic defender player. I think having Abdul Thero and his uprising as he have another season to get better, I think he can come in and gain some minutes and have him play throughout the regular season, actually build that up. Then you have another athletic guard, because I think his shot is not bad. I think he can figure out his offensive game a little bit more. And he's athletic. He's a very athletic dude. Him playing, then I say draft another player that's like maybe a guard, athletic defensive guard player. Then you have some.
Man, they don't need no more guards, man. They need a wing.
A wing, a wing, athletic wing.
That's the only thing they miss. They need. There you go. Because Abdul Thero, I think he's like I said. I feel like I want to see him play more. I want to see the continued maturation of Bronny, because I think he could be a good rotational piece eventually. So you got 2 guys. I think you continue to develop, because they're gonna have to develop these guys. They're gonna have to develop. And JJ's gonna have to give them a longer leash to learn some things. Because if you're not, I mean, of course they want to win 50 games, but that's the bar. But you got to develop guys, because they need it, because you run those guys down to the ground because they don't have the depth they need. And you got to do something with Jared Vanderbilt. You're gonna have to do something with their contract. You're gonna have to do something because JJ don't want to play him. I like Jared Vanderbilt. But JJ don't want to play him because he's such an offensive liability. You've seen that, like, he just do not want to use him.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. I don't know whatever it is, whatever reason he don't want to use him. So he's not using them. So if you're not going to use him, they need to get something for that. Like, you need to get a roster spot and you need to free up some money.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I think, and again, watching Jared Vanderbilt, it was at times when he was on the court, it's like you having 2 dunker spots, 2 people on the same side at a dunker spot. Like, he's cutting down, but he shouldn't be cutting down. You got a big man standing there. You got to stand right there corner, because you don't have 2. You have 2 people that stand in the same spot, and you really can't finish around it. Like, you easily to guard, and that was a couple of times I seen him there. I was like, why you standing in the corner?
Yeah, because the spacing's thrown out. That's what I'm saying. He just does, which is a pet peeve of mine in the NBA. Like, I'm like, you guys, this is your job. Now I understand you practice. I don't know what it is. Like, man, change them, because like I seen people change their mechanics. I seen Lonzo Ball. Change it and become a knockdown shooter. Now,
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon's another. So I'm like, these guys can do it. It's like, what are you willing to put the work in? And I'm like, with Jared Vanderbilt, I'm like, man, your offense guy. I know he's been dealing with injuries,
past few seasons.
Yeah. So I mean, but I'm like, at the same time, I was like, man, you got to develop your skills, man. You got to get in the lab and work on your skill development. You should be able to knock down an open shot. Yeah, that's the only way you're gonna be on the court. You should be able to knock out an open shot and beat a closeout and make a read from a closeout. Because Luke Kennard can do that.
Yeah, man. I just wish he'll do it more. He like to be hesitant and get the wide open shot, because man, his shot is so pure. I feel like it's going in just like Rui, and how his development of shooting the 3 has gone. I mean, it just took a skyrocket. But I always said he played better off the bench anyway. His game, his level, but he took another.
Rui.
Rui, but I mean, he obviously had to step up, due to it. But I feel like him come off the bench a little bit, throughout the season, helped him become ready in this playoff series, and I think that helps out a lot. So, I mean, I like the bench being Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, Rui, those 3 guys coming off the bench. And
you just need 2 starters.
Yeah, you need two starters.
That's it. Because I like Jackson Hayes come off the bench.
Jackson Hayes.
If you got those 4 guys, you got a 9 to 10 man rotation. You straight, because you can say Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, Rui, and Jackson.
That's
boom.
Good.
You got that, or and then you get a defensive wing and a defensive center. You get those 2 positions. You have a solid. I think you have a solid team because LeBron fills in a lot of holes. Even like so, I feel like you can get your 50 wins, and then you got the back end guys. You got Bronny. They need to move Dalton Connect. They need to free up that space. You can probably go for Nick Smith, and you got to do Thero. So
Yeah,
you got Bronny to do Thero, and then you go get a draft pick. You get an actual draft pick this year, or you trade it. I don't know. They trade. Maybe they might use their trade picks. But like I said, if you get 2 legit starters this year. And then you have if you're able to keep the other bench, but that's what I'm saying. Because Rui made a lot of money. You know, Marcus Smart's probably gonna opt out of his contract. That Luke Kennard played really well in the playoffs, so he might have made himself some money. You don't know if DA's gonna opt back in, and then you got to pay Jackson Hayes. So I'm like, you got to pay all the people, and then you still got to pay Austin Reeves and LeBron, and then you got to go see if you can go get 2 starters. Like, is that enough cap space to do all that?
No, there's a lot of guys to bring back.
So as I'm saying, you
can bring back your core, but then again, that extra. So
you might be able to get one new piece.
And I feel like I said, that's why I feel like that's why I was mentioning that draft pick. Like, you really, 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 really gotta. I mean, they're getting all these people in the front office. They're getting a lot more help, so you can really dissect on these guys, and that will be a good culture for the Lakers and be a good impact player. Because I think you can get a solid defensive young player wing that come in, and obviously gonna be a cheaper deal because he's a young player and he can prove something. So I mean, that reason why Thero didn't play this much because he was recovering from his injury. Yeah. So I think he would have got a lot more playing time, but obviously dealing with injuries, they just let him play in the G League and just didn't fit as they were playing right now. And then also, I like Jake. He played well in the very beginning of the season.
I forgot about Jake LaRavia.
I like Jake LaRavia. He played well in the beginning. I mean, some of those games, if they don't win without him playing the way he played.
He just lost his confidence throughout the season. You can keep
he's
him.
young too. Yeah, he's young too. And he's only going to get better. He's only going to get better too because he's young and he got the opportunity to play. Like, he played this year, so he knows he could work on. So obviously, if he's going to find a consistent jump shot, it's it for him because he can catch, shoot. He could kind of get to the basket a little bit in certain times. So yeah, like I said, I think it's his confidence shot. So I mean, we're just going to see what they're going to do with the cap space, how they gonna free up some stuff, how they gonna make some money. We're gonna see. They should have a better direction of where they want to go about things now. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Yeah, we do, man. It's interesting. I'm excited for the offseason because now we've been watching the Hornets as well.
Yes, we're gonna talk about the Hornets. Yeah, Moose Diabate been working that gym already.
Man, he look huge, man. He put some muscle. He would probably have about at least 10 to 15 pounds of muscle on. I hope he can. As long as he keep his movement,
I think he's super athletic. He's an athletic person, man. His movement ain't gonna him adding muscle ain't gonna hurt him because he's super athletic.
Yeah,
he's an athletic guy.
Everybody on that team need to add muscle. LaMelo,
I think they all been saying that.
I think when he was giving his award, he was giving Musa his award. He looked a little bit big. I said, okay, he might be working. He might
had a pump. He had a pump going. That's what it was. He
better, man. He better, yeah. Cause like, man, keep working, man. Because that's the next thing with them. They get stronger. They gonna be.
And then they got 2 picks. I think they could really, if they really hone in,
I agree with you, man. Cameron Carr and then go get Marez. Yes, those are 2 picks. Those are 2 picks for me. I'm like, unless they trade those picks, but I don't think they are.
Think so.
I think you can get Cameron Carr at 14 and then go get Marez Johnson at 18.
They really ain't got to sign nobody. They really ain't got to sign nobody.
Exactly. All they got to do, they got to re-sign Kobe White.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You on last deal with Miles Bridges, which is cool. Like, keep him out. Like I said, you can really hold pat. Like I'm saying, like, just get to that thing is, I'm like, there's no rush with those guys because I'm like, LaMelo's only 24. He'll be 25 coming up this next season. Mm-hmm. You want to hit. I feel like you want to hit the ground running at 27. You want to be at that. You want to give him a 5-year window from 27 to 32. They'll be able to win the championship. And I think you got the guys. I think you got the guys again. You just develop them. So in the next 2 years, get into the playoffs, get that experience, and then you're gonna be able to compete. And they build because I'm like with Miles Bridges because everybody's saying we need to upgrade. They need to upgrade to 4. Marez Johnson. I
don't think so. I think they're solid at the 4.
I think so too. I think so too. But Miles Bridges is last year's deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you ain't got to make no decision. Like let him play his deal out. You ain't got to move everybody like we're gonna lose Miles Bridges. Man, who cares? Man, but you got plenty. You got 5 first-round picks the next 2 years. So you got 2 this year and 3 next year. So you can move. Off them picks next year. And they should have the money.
They should have the money to pay if they want
to. They do. They can bring them back. They can bring Miles Bridges back. But it's saying like if you do, but you don't have to because then you got Marez Johnson Marez Johnson, you got him play. You could play him before. You got you could bring Musa, Ryan Coburn. You gonna get another center if you want to, and then they have that Tijon dude. I don't know what their plans is. He's still a development player, but who knows what his
Yeah,
they put him at 4, and so I'm saying he can feel it. He's gonna get better. Like as team, so I'm just saying like they're
young. Yeah, they're young team. They're very young.
They're exciting to watch. I love the two dynamics, the two alternate dynamics. Like one team with the Hornets, they build it through the draft. They're building a slow methodical process, and then you got the Lakers, who's star driven. They got stars. They're ready to win. They're trying to win now. So it's cool to see those two dynamics at play. Like
I see which one works.
I just love the team building aspect of it.
Yeah, to see which one works. I mean, I said I knew Con Knuckles was gonna be a good one for the Hornets. So once they drafted him, I was like, yeah, he's a great player. He was a great player watching him play at Duke. Like he was just a solid piece. Like he could fit in any system he goes to. He's solid. Like he could play. He plays hard. So he's a great.
His legs gave out on him at the end.
Yes,
they said his back was hurting.
I mean, you could tell. Those shots won't hit. Yeah, he won't hit his shots. So you could tell.
That's the reason
something was off.
That's why I didn't get to the playoffs.
Yeah, they was hot, and then obviously consistency is gonna be the next thing. That's the next biggest thing is being consistent.
That's any young team though. You're right.
Yeah,
consistent, being available, building their strength up.
And good shot quality.
Good shot quality, but I think their shot quality has gotten better. I think it was better this year. I think LaMelo's next maturation process is being more efficient. He's got to be more efficient. He got to be more efficient. He got to be a more efficient scorer.
Has to be.
As far as offensive, like he's offensively, that dude, man, he nasty. Like offense, like he can run an offense. Like he can. It's just like I think his biggest thing is he got to get better. His shot diet. He got to get better shots sometimes. I think he need to get to the basket more. He's 6'7", 6'8". It's like you can get to the basket. That's why I said the strength goes. Like he needs to be able to get. He needs to be able to get to the basket and drive. Because if you look at Cade.
Yeah,
like Cade is a physical. Cade is physical. That's why I said. That's why they was able to get to where they got to so quickly because he's strong. Like he's able to. You can get with his spots. That way
he's 6'8". I think 6'8" guard.
He's 6'7". He's like 6'7". Yeah, both of them like
both of them height.
Both of them 6'7". Like I said, but you can tell. But LaMelo, he ain't filled out yet. They both the same age too.
Yeah, they are.
Because they're both 24. So I'm just saying. So I'm like, once LaMelo get a little bit stronger, he can get to the basket. Like I said, he gets to the basket a little more, and he just become more efficient.
Yeah,
and then Brandon Miller. His thing with him, Brandon Miller is his strength, and then when he gets into the middle of the paint, he got to be able to make better decisions. I get tired of him doing it. He driving it, he turn over his shoulder. It's like, go ahead and spin. Go ahead and do the spin, do the fadeaway. he spin, and then he looking for the pass. I'm like, no, go in there and make your mind up ready to score. You gonna get in there to paint, score. If they collapse, then you make the pass. They don't collapse. It be one-on-one. I'm like, just shoot over the top. He do that go watch him, man. He do that. He do that.
Yeah,
so much. He got to get that out of his game. He got to get that out of his game.
Yeah, and that's just better. That's work on getting to your spots and actually knowing what you're gonna do afterwards. That's what we used to say for 2K for Caleb.
2K,
knowing what you're gonna do. Yeah, go know what you're gonna do, man. Don't.
That's why they call them kill spots, man. No, like Kobe. Like Kobe's like, I'm gonna get this two dribble pull up. I'm gonna get to my spot and I'm gonna pull up. Yeah. Like you just know what you're gonna do. You look at the defense, you read it and say, okay, they shading this way, they doing this. All right, where my reads at? And that's it.
You can't kill your dribble. You cannot kill your dribble. Don't pick up your dribble. You gotta keep it alive. You gotta see if you do get stopped, you gotta keep it alive, figure something out, then rework it. So I think that's all within handling, working on it, putting on pressure. That's what he gotta work on when he's in the gym. Somebody throwing off of his spots, and that way he find another spot, get to another area.
Yeah.
We got option A gone, go to option B. Figure out what's the other option.
Once again, strength.
Yeah,
that's the thing. That's the thing. You gotta have strength, man. You got in NBA, like it's so physical. Like everybody said, it ain't physical. I don't know what team. I don't know what sport they watching, but man, this guy gonna be a physical player. I'm like, man,
it's very physical.
They're talking about my son, the '90s physical. I'm like, man, they grabbing, holding, they pulling hair.
I ain't lying. They doing everything.
I don't know what the old heads are saying. They're like, oh, they don't play no defense, man. I don't know what they playing defense this year because they grabbing, they pushing, they pushing.
Last turnover, which was funny. I thought that jump might get overturned, but yeah, Stephon Castle was pushing up on Shea and lost the ball. Yeah, and then they called timeout, to challenge it, but they
give it to him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cause they like, man, we've been giving y'all this all game. Like,
but you know who was officiating? Scott Foster. Scott Foster was letting the game play. So.
You like Scott Foster?
Scott Foster, yes. I mean, he's iffy sometimes, but he's way better than Mike. I forgot his name. How they always say they call him Gucci Man in the NBA. James Williams. James Williams. I cannot stand him. He throws a game.
You don't like Mark Davis either? Do you like Mark Davis?
Mark Davis, he's iffy too.
They say he's pretty bad too. That's what
he bad too. Like his calls sometimes, cause be some bad ones. It be some bad ones.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, man, I think that. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of pushing and grabbing, but I'm like, man, let them play. And I'm like, let them play.
Tony Brothers is a good one.
Yeah, because I'm like, you let the guys play. Either you call it close or you don't. And I'm like, you're not calling it close, let them play. Everybody get mad at OKC for flopping. But Shea ain't getting a lot of flopping calls. He gets some, but he don't get he ain't getting as much as a steady. Yeah, that last night one, he shot the jump shot, and it wasn't a De'Aaron Fox kind of. I was like, okay, that was like that could have let that one go. But overall, but they made up
because you know why? You know why? Because they put it on notice. You know, like now they haven't been saying throughout the regular season because a lot of games going on. But when you constantly see it on a steady diet, they mention it. Fans are mentioning it. People are mentioning it often. They posting, a lot of social media. They posting clips and things like that. And you see it, you're like, yo, that's crazy. Like you said, that flop one. Like they really have a montage of him falling to the ground after every shot. That is terrible.
It is, but that's just his play style. He been
been programmed. He's been programmed to do that. He figured out how to get those calls, and so that's what he's been doing. Because if you go back and look at his younger years, obviously he learned the game. You got to learn the game.
Yeah, he's 28 now.
Yeah, so like as he learned the game, he figured out how to get these calls now. Because
all the good players, a lot of the good players kind of foul bait a little bit. Jalen Brunson, he be foul baiting. Luka, Austin, they foul bait.
They foul baits. Yeah,
LeBron should foul bait more. He don't get no call. That's one dude that don't get no call.
I mean, it'd be so evident too. It's like,
it'd be egregious.
It's like
egregious, man.
I will never forget that play with the Celtics, which is why that ref got fired. Yes, that's why that ref got fired though. He really cheated the game. Like he really was on. He was a Celtics fan and he cheated the game, and he did not want the Lakers to win that game. That was a foul. That was a foul call. It's so blatantly. And it's so crazy that Pat Bev had that camera. Look at this. That's a foul.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like he slapped. You can see the slap.
And you can see him lose the ball because he got slapped out.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, this is they don't protect LeBron. They protect Shea. They protect other people, but they don't really give Jokic a lot of calls either. But
he don't really foul bait. He just
he's like really
he really just he's one of the best rebounders that don't jump, which is crazy to me. Like his arms are so daggone long that he taps it up and he still was able to get it. Like it's so funny to see it too. It's like, how's he getting these offensive boards? Like the way he taps it up, it's really.
He's smart,
like
man. He know where the ball's coming off. He know the positioning. He's just smart. It's like when you do something so much. That's the thing. That's the superpower. Like he's really smart. He's not really athletic. He's big and he's not athletic, but he's smart. He's big and athletic. I mean, big and smart. Same. Well, LeBron is. That's what LeBron is like. Big, smart, and athletic.
Yeah,
he's a freak. And then you got Wemby. You got Wemby who's big, smart, and athletic. Like that's why he gonna be the best.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just certain trends. Certain trends that you see. Basketball is not reinventing as the game progresses, as like things, because like now we kind of, I don't know, we have reached the peak of basketball. I feel like we have. Like
I think we have. I mean, what else other stuff? Like I would mention you the other day. Like guys change the game. Like LeBron being, you got to be strong, fast, know how to pass. You got to do everything. Like a little bit of everything. Steph, he made everybody learn how to shoot the ball.
Shooting was
he made everybody shoot the ball. You have 1 through 5 that got to learn how to shoot. Everybody. Then you kind of like, if you don't have that one person that can't shoot, then it's a struggle. And I think that's one of the biggest things. I
think Wemby is the last progression here. Size. 7'5".
You can't, but Dad can't do that.
That's what I'm saying. 7'5".
Besides that one person I said. That one little boy, he's 7. Like he 15. He 15 at 7'4". That's ridiculous. That's crazy.
If he can keep his movement like that,
he don't look like he's super skinny too. Like he got a little. He can put a little bit of muscle on.
Is he gonna be fat? Like, cause that's the one thing about Wemby is just the way he's flexible. He can move. He's very coordinated. his coordination is really good.
He's
Because you know what I'm saying? Because to be that tall, like he's 7'5", 7'6", like to be that tall, but he moves so fluidly. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think
some big guys move, and you like, he look like slow and clunky.
yeah, I think
Like,
if that that boy I was talking about, I don't know his name, but if he gets with the right people, I think like I said, Victor being in a professional in France and everything, like that helped him out. Like going to play with professionals and everything. I think that's why he's so
skill development.
ahead. He's so ahead in a lot of different ways because he played professional at this height at this young of age.
He did.
So,
He did. He's good. Like
so
he's got a. That's what I'm saying. That's the next progression. Like you ain't got somebody to help. Because that's like the
it's
thing
so
is
funny to think
the
about.
league is always like the league is always trying to figure out how to stop the the next team, like the dominant team. So like
Right.
OKC, everybody's like, we need guards, we need depth, we need this to be able to stop them. That's what because everybody's seen that OKC train now is we in the OKC era right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it's gonna be the Spurs, and then it's gonna be the OKC and Spurs era. I feel like so now everybody's kind of like you gotta have somebody's gonna be able to stop Wemby, and you gotta be able to stop the depth on OKC. So you got those two things going, those two dynamics playing. It's like the same thing with that with LeBron. Like we got to put a wing on him. They can keep up with him. That's what he had. Like you had Kawhi Leonard, Kawhi. Andre Iguodala, you had guys that's like, man, we need guys that have the size, the speed, and athleticism to stay in front of LeBron, keep him away from the paint. It's easier said than done. And then you had Steph. It's like we gotta pick him up full court. We gotta stop him from, getting to his spots, getting the threes. Yeah, it's like, man, because he like once he crosses
everybody had a
court,
switch. He calls a switch. He calls everything to switch.
Because he can get off the ball, his motion, all that stuff. It's like
that was killer. Watching that, that's a lot of.
That's just the past few years. I mean, you can go through history and see how people build teams to stop the next team. So that's what I'm saying. Like I think the next progression is people gonna be trying to figure out how we gonna stop Wemby.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, I don't know. That's
what I'm saying. So the next progression
is the next one.
Height and skill. If you can get the guys that got height and skill, so it's like that's what I'm saying. Eventually, it might be a whole league with nothing but 7'5" people playing.
That'd be crazy. Hold on, the people ask me, that would be crazy. I think your wing, yeah, like you said, height. But if you have a really long wingspan, some of these people got like daggone long arms, they scratch their knees, they just standing up like.
Yeah,
like
Jalen Williams.
Yeah, like
J. Doug got some long arms.
I think that go out of context for a lot of teams. Like, man, I think OKC got some daggone long arms. That's why they get in the passing lane so much.
Yeah, they do.
These guys' arms are so freaking long. So I think you have, like you said, height. If you have somebody that has a extraordinary wingspan, then yeah,
you gotta like a player profile, like what you like to draft. So can I like that? That could lead us right into you want to keep going or you want to stop?
Yeah, we could do. Yeah, I would. Okay. My last thing I was gonna say, man, this like the NBA is gonna be in good hands for the foreseeable future.
It's good. It's definitely good.
These kids, these guys are
these young men are balling.
They're different. They're
good. It's good. It's good to see. Because I was worried. I was like, man, what we gonna do after LeBron and Steph and all that retire? Like, man, you gotta watch. But I've been highly entertained, man. I've been entertained this year because I haven't really been watching basketball because I am a Lakers fan. I'm a Lakers fan, but watching the Hornets this year, I was like, man, I was able to watch basketball. And Hornets play a lot of teams, and I was able to really watch basketball. And I'm like, okay, it brought some excitement back, like, because I was kind of getting the conundrum, like, I don't want to watch this no more. Like, it ain't exciting, like it won't. But now, like but now watching and seeing the young guys play and seeing how the game is, I'm like, okay, I could keep watching it because it actually is pretty good.
Yeah, heck yeah, I can watch it all the time.
Yeah, because you want to attach. I'm like you are attached to LeBron, like you love LeBron, but also you still like you 24, so these guys are all your age. Like you can see, like me, I'm 35, so I'm looking at the guys. I'm like the guys that I grew up watching, and I'm attached to. They start to phase out. So you're like, hey, I gotta reattach to the.
That's true.
New set of guys. So, but now I'm like, now it's more so why I need a team. So I'm attached to the Lakers and I'm attached to the Hornets. I'm gonna watch both of them. The Hornets is easier to watch because it's on the East Coast. And I can watch all the games, and it's just easier to watch the games this year. So I'm keep watching it, but yeah, like you said, the NBA is in great hands. I feel like I'm excited to watch, definitely for years come because it's going to be exciting. But
I think so. Yeah, let's stay in Charlotte. Let's stay in Charlotte and go to the Carolina Panthers. Yeah. Let's see what they got in mind, what they got for this upcoming season. Now the schedule's out. Draft is over, and I think we're gonna be good this year. We're gonna be we're gonna really shot some
Of
people.
course. I think just like we did last year.
Yeah, I think just build upon what you did last year. Easier said than done. Obviously, you got new people add on, but you hope to add the right pieces to your team, not add pieces that will hurt you. So I think that's what they did. I think getting a linebacker, Devin Lloyd, getting the edge, Jalen Phillips. Could he be overpaid? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see as a production as he come out and play.
He's not overpaid. You know why?
Why?
Because they didn't have nobody. They didn't have nobody. So you got to overpay, whatever you want to call it. He didn't have anybody.
Right.
So they had no pass rush last year.
You absolutely
that kid. So we gonna whatever you got to pay to generate pass. Now it'd be an overpay if he don't produce.
Yeah.
But that's to be seen. But what we seen from the film and all the pressure rate and all that other stuff, at least we didn't have pressure rate. We need at least that. Like everybody, like, oh, he had any sacks. Screw the sacks. We gonna get the sacks. Eventually, the sacks gonna come if you got the pressure.
That's true.
We ain't getting no pressure.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it allows you get other guys to your actual star player, your actual star.
Because you got defensive backs that can stay, they can cover, but you ain't got you ask them to cover for like daggone 10 seconds, man. Like we need some pressure, man. Get some pressure, and then everything else will fall into place. That's what I'm saying. Like everybody keep talking about the defense, the evil role and stuff, and he playing back. Yeah, he got to play back because daggone, man, you get beat, it's over.
Yeah.
You ain't getting to the ball fast enough. They got to keep guys in front of them, because if you come up and they press and they make one move,
it's over.
It's like you ain't. Yeah, it's like, and they get the ball. They going for 6. They going for 7.
That's true.
I mean 6. So it's like you got to play back a little bit. Now, I mean, we hated, like we was hoping, like in the playoff game against the Rams, they were like, man, they need to pressure up. But as once again, like you. It was tough. It was a tough situation because the whole season you ain't been pressing because you ain't got the pressure. Yeah. The reason why they beat the Rams the first time is because they had Derrick Brown was finally able to generate pressure. He got a strip sack.
Through there. Yeah, got through there. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but that was because he had pressure. Like, so if you're not getting the pressure, you just got to keep everything in front. And it's unfortunate they had to pay that. I mean, I hate that they had to go 10 yards back to keep him from getting, like, you can at least try to keep him from getting the first down.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing I have. But
I mean, also a lot of injuries happened on that too. You lost a lot of players during that time.
Because JC wasn't even in the game.
Yeah, JC went out with concussion. Trevor Wallace was hurt.
Corey Thornton, he broke his leg early in the
broke his ankle. Yeah, broke his ankle. Yeah, they just had lost a lot of players during that.
Man, I mean,
time span with it.
But at the same time,
like, even though I don't know if they were made it. Well, J.C. Horn, yeah, but I don't know as far as the linebackers or Trevor Wallace would have got through. I don't know. You know,
they won't really get no. Trevor Wallace won't be getting no pressure on no. He don't get no sacks either. I'm like, they don't get pressure. I'm like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, man, we need pressure. Devin Lloyd, he can blitz. Jalen Phillips. I think Nick Scorton and Princely's they're gonna be better this year.
You get Pat Jones back. He was actually
Pat Jones. I think he was playing well.
Yeah,
Pat Jones is another one. That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, you get Pat Jones, you get these guys back. Like, man, we just need to generate pressure. Our defense is gonna be a lot better if we generate pressure. And then on the offensive side, we just need consistency. We need consistency from the quarterback position, which I think Bryce is gonna be more consistent because it's his 3rd year in the system. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's the 2nd year with his receivers. Like, I feel like now hopefully he finally got his 2 top receivers, and then he could fill in from there. Because I'm like, last year, I'm like, when he went we're talking about a slow start. I went back and watched some of the highlights, and I was watching some of the things. Like, we got to a slow start because he was just figuring out his number one. Like, T-Mac, he's like, oh, we knew, like, we were going in the season, like, he drafted him 8 overall, but it's like, is he gonna be the number 1 guy? Like, is he gonna be able to do it? And he did it.
Yeah,
he was able to, like, Bryce was able to, like, as you see the season going, like, he was trusting. Like, they came out throwing to him, but now it's like, yo, this is the guy I go to. The problem is like, once you start shading over to him to kind of take him away, who's your number 2? So that's the dynamic they were trying to figure out last year, because it was like, it was XL. Dang, XL. He's not number 2. He's not number 2. And Jalen Coker was hurt, and you got rid of Thielen. So, and then we was like, maybe, what's his name? Who's the guy they got? What's
talking about Jimmy Horn?
Came from Raiders.
Oh, talking about Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah, Hunter Renfrow. Yeah, him. Like, we thought, maybe, can he step up? Can he give us something? And he gave us, like, a couple of things, like a few games here and there. But you said he was out of the rotation at the end of the season. Like, then so, like I said, now I think we kept saying, like, oh, we have a whole bunch of receivers. Like, we got a whole bunch of depth. Like, we got a whole bunch of depth, but do we really have a whole bunch of depth? Like, let's see these guys before. Like, we can say we on paper, it's not like we got a lot of
Yeah,
guys, but do we have guys that's gonna make plays?
yeah. I mean, in a sense of just like any other young team that got to go through it, this was a whole rebuild situation for them. Like, it's not gonna be clear cut. Like, yeah, boom, right then and there. It's like it's gonna take time for some of these other guys to really finding their angle within the NFL
Their
with the
role, yeah, their
playbook,
role,
their role.
definitely,
So
definitely that style,
and,
yeah.
and and so yeah, so I think yeah, we got plenty of depth and just
We
utilizing
do, we
that
do.
and
That's what I'm
just
saying. It's fine to have depth, but like, who are the guys that we're gonna be able to trust? So that's what we developing right now. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
That's what I'm saying. Like it just takes time. Like as the season going on, like they got everybody. I feel like it peaked in the playoffs. So they put up 31 points in the playoff with 28
yeah, it was
or 30, 31, 21,
around
28 or
yeah
30, 31.
around that
They
range.
put up.
Yeah,
If they can average around 20, 24 points a game, 21, 24 points a game. Because this past year they averaged like 16 points. It was something terrible. The offense was not good.
no,
People talk about the defense, but defense was top 15. Was it 15? I think it was no, it was 16. It was 16th overall. Now the defense, like, yeah, we a nitpick, but because the biggest thing, like I said, we talked about is their pressure. They won't get no pressure, but the defense overall was solid. Offense was like 20 to 20 in the low 20. I mean, the high 20s. They were like close to 30. They were close to the bottom of the half of the NFL. So they need a more consistent run game because everybody forget to talk about it. The run game fell off a cliff at the end of the year.
yeah,
They would
yeah,
not be able to rush, and then like I said, so as I'm saying, as things stabilize because we also had how many rotations did we have at offensive line?
a lot. I think we had the most. In
Thank
the
you. That's what I'm
NFL.
saying. So like we need consistency across the board. It starts at the head, which is with the head coach, and definitely with the quarterback. The quarterback, but the quarterback LeBron. So Bryce had to play more consistent. But I think like I said, as things around him be more stable, he can know where he going. Because I was looking at Matthew Stafford and how they were like, oh yeah, Matthew Stafford. I'm like Matthew Stafford. Like when the ball snap, he know where he going with the ball.
Yeah,
His decisions
yeah.
made. I mean, his pocket was really clean. Like I was just watching. Like what make these teams
He's a
really good? You
veteran.
gonna watch?
A
Yes,
vet.
but no, it ain't even about the vet. He had consistency around him. He knew he was like Aaron. He making a 3-step drop. Boom, is out. He going to Devontae Adams. He going to Puka Nacua. He going to tight. He been going to tight ends. They going screens. They going quick run. It was like boom, like it's like a well-oiled machine. You like from the highlights I was watching. It's like he know where he going with it. And now,
Well,
like I go
yeah,
back
but
and
that's
I watched Bryce. That's where you want to go. Is you want him to be able to go with it. But you got to be able to trust. He got to be able to know where he gonna go with it. He
well,
can't
yeah,
just drop. He can't just drop back and go to T-Mac. No,
but
he got
that's what I said. Like that comes into play with
a
looking at
young
Matthew.
team.
But yeah, young team. But looking at Matthew Stafford and his that progression with it, like now that's the veteran personnel that comes into play because he already know what this play is, how this play should look. If I throw this ball on that time, and you should be right there. And that's pretty much it. And
He know where he
then,
going with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
then you also, I mean, having Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, I mean, some good prolific route runners.
You got the top guys. You got the top two. You know where you going. If Puka ain't open, Devontae open. Devontae ain't open, Puka open. You know what I'm saying? You know that, and then you got the tight ends because you gonna make your first two. Like I said, I think my bad. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like he just had those prolific players, and that like that's just the progression within. I think that's within Bryce Young can be just like that, and just knowing what that play after, like you said, third year within the playbook. This is what Matthew Stafford, what, fourth or fifth year with the Rams or something.
Yeah. I don't know. He been there for. He been there about at least 5, ain't he?
Yeah, I know he won.
Because hold on. Because when did Jared Goff when they made a trade?
I think about 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm thinking.
Yeah, so he been there for a while. He been in that system for a while.
Yeah,
but also
so,
like he been in the he was in the NFL for a while.
I mean, think about it. He had. And his time frame with not even making the playoffs, going through all the things he had to go through. He had Megatron. Megatron to go through it too. And
that's what I'm gonna say. Like the most consistent quarterbacks are the ones that have consistency around them.
Well, yeah.
That's it. Like unless you're super athletic and you can make plays like Josh Allen.
But that's only gonna go for so far too.
Exactly. That's what I better say. Like Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, those guys. But you look at Joe Burrow, he's been to a Super Bowl. He just know where he's going with the ball. He's not super athletic, but he knows where he's going with the ball. He got 2 guys that he can go to. He had 3 when he had Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
So you got those 2 guys. And the same thing like the guys like Dak Prescott. Like he had his best season because he had 2 elite receivers. He got George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, and he put up crazy numbers this year.
Yeah, they
That's
were
why you
like
got
number
60
2.
minutes. I'm just saying, and then like as you get consistent weapons around you, guys that you know you can trust, because at NFL level, it's not everybody like you can't see or what you can't. It ain't about off script throws. It's the more so the keeping everything on script,
This is the
keeping
on
everything
plan.
on
Yeah, about to
time.
say the game plan working, actually going
Yeah, it's
through
like
everything.
you go through your progressions. It's like everything is just quick. It's like quick decisions. How quick you come out the huddle. How quick you like what defense they in. And he's like, all right, they in this defense. Then this X, Y, and Z should be open. Then you go boom, boom, boom. It's open. You should have go to your 3 progressions, and then you make a decision. I mean,
Yeah.
as you go through your progression, you make decisions. But I'm just saying, it's like it's all decision based. And I'm like, that's what they always say about. That's one thing about Bryce. It was like his superpower because he was a good process. I think I'm not getting this. I'm starting to see that more and more. It's like he does go through his progression. He does process pretty well. Like that's one thing I'm not saying. Like, oh man, he made some terrible decisions. He don't really make a whole lot of terrible decisions. He be foaming the ball. Like sometimes his size come into play. But overall, like playing a quarterback position, I
It's
feel
be the
like
way he fumble. It's like most of the time he should just go down. He over here trying to
he be doing
wiggle,
little
wear it,
them
wear
little
it.
move. I like. It doesn't say he's small. Like he can hit one time. Like hold the ball, hold the ball. But other than that, like I feel like he can process the game really well. I think he can make most of the throws that he need to make. He can get out the pocket. He can scramble. So I'm like, what you're looking for a modern quarterback, I feel like he can do it. Yeah, he's small, but I feel like he can eventually do it if you get the pieces around him to be stable. Like you get that 1 and 2, you get the 1 and 2 receivers, and you get a solid run game and a good offensive line. I think he could be a solid quarterback in the NFL.
I think they have that. I think I was just all gonna
We
take
don't
this
know yet.
time.
We don't know if they have that yet.
I'm just as I said. I think
We know they have a
I
number one. We
I
know
was
they
gonna
have a
say
number one.
I think that's what I'm saying. I think it's only what time will tell once they get on the field and actually put everything all together. I mean that's that's every team.
Yeah.
Every team has every
But
team,
but but
regardless of which
yeah,
one you
every
have.
team. But we know who. But we always can see. That's why we can go to the schedule and be like, yeah, this team gonna be good. This because it's consistency. We know like the Rams. We know the Rams. If barring injury to Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, for the most part, they're gonna be a consistently good team.
Yeah,
Like you know, you got guys that you like. Like same thing we say about the Cincinnati Bengals. We know their offense is gonna be good. It's just the defense is gonna be good. But for the most part, if Joe Burrow is healthy, which is the problem, he ain't never healthy. They're gonna be good. Josh Allen, if he's healthy, they're gonna be good. Lamar Jackson, he's gonna be healthy. They should be good. Like if guys, like you just know, like because they're consistent, they know what they're gonna do. They know how their team gonna attack. So like we still find our identity as a team because we still don't know. We still got question marks. We're like, like I said, who's our second? Who gonna be our second? Like Jalen Coker, is he gonna be our number 2? We expect him to be our number 2 this year. And who gonna be our number 3? We still like, is Excel gonna be able to step up and be that number 3, or is it Chris Brazzle? Or and then running back wise, everybody's still like a lot of people talking about we don't know if we have the running back depth. Like I don't know if y'all should bet on Jonathan Brooks. I think Jonathan Brooks is gonna be sensational, but I'm like but there's a lot of ifs, so we don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty. That's why we can't go in the season saying because it's a new team. Like we still don't have the foundational pieces yet.
No,
because we still don't know we have our foundational quarterback yet.
Yeah,
that's still a question. We haven't. He's still on his rookie contract.
Yeah, he is, but
So we don't know. It's like I say, it's a lot of uncertainty. That's why we don't know what the dependence is going to be. But as they become more consistent, as they get the guys that are around, as they build the foundation, they get the foundational pieces, then we should be able to see the consistency continue to progress, and they're going to be there. Because when we talk about consistency, we talk about getting 10 wins a season.
Yeah, I mean, but that's just the progressions of going through being a young team.
Yeah,
you're right. That's just the progression. You're never gonna have a for sure answer as it goes on. We don't know when the answer gonna be. That question's gonna be answered. It's just the progression
with a young team.
With a young team, you don't know.
Yeah, I feel you.
So you play it season by season, and you hope you just do the best and continue to build upon it. So that's how I see it, and that's how I'm just going through with with the Panthers looking at it. So I'm ready to see what they put on tape and let everything unfold for itself.
But of course, they got to play the games.
Yeah,
they got to play the games. But I'm just saying. But I'm just saying though, like, because everybody, we always saying like we get disrespected. Because we're the fan base, and we see the guys. We see the small incremental progressions. You know what I'm saying? We see from going from 2 to 8 wins. We see that. The national media don't keep up with. They don't see all the nuances and things as they grow. I mean, they just see the bigger picture, but I think they're starting to recognize that we're getting better as a team, as a young team. But as far as consistency, they still don't know. They still haven't seen the consistency because we went back and forth last year. But they were like, hopefully our trajectories continue to go up. You know what I'm saying? We still progress to go.
Yeah, I mean that's why you get more players and you have a good draft. You add more depth into it, so you just hope
Yeah.
to build upon it. So
So,
that's
but as we get
progression through it,
as we get our
and you
foundation
attacking
pieces,
free agency. That's the
as
biggest
we
thing.
as we solidify, like as we say, okay, Bryce is our future quarterback. As we go, like, okay, our future quarterback, our future running back. Boom, we got our 2 wide receivers. As we get those offensive line, as we get those things solidified, defense, like, oh, we got our edge rushers, we got our defensive tackles. As we get those things more lined up, we'll be able to say we can come into the season saying
We know Bryce is gonna be the quarterback because like they're not trying to play for the top 5, top 10 pick no more. They're out of that range. They're trying to be done playing that range. So they're trying to. So they know Bryce. Unless you trying to get another quarterback. Yeah, that's the only thing. But nah, not with Bryce on being on his last contract, and they already talking about contract extension. You know you're gonna get Bryce. You might as well go. We already know he's gonna be the foreseeable future quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. That's pretty evident.
I think. I mean, personally, I think so too. I mean, I think that's the way to. Like I said, because I think he's been improving as a team improves. He's gotten better.
Yeah, I like that.
Which is what you want to see. He's not. You can't sit here and say, "Oh man, Bryce is the one that's holding him back."
No.
You can't say that because it's like if he was the case, then they would have got better talent. And they would have been around 2 wins again.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah, but he did.
He's progressed. He progressed because even when he got benched, he won 4 of them games. He won 4 out of 5. They won 5 games. He won 4 of them.
Yep, he came back
as a quarterback.
Yeah.
They only won 1 game with Andy Dalton, and then last year he won all those games because the game that he didn't play, we got mollywopped.
Well, he got hurt.
By the Bills. Yeah, they got killed by the Bills.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I think at that point we were starting to kind of get a groove. We was doing okay.
We was at win-loss kind of.
Yeah, at that point, well, we was starting to get a rhythm. I'm like, maybe we'd have had a better showing against the Bills because we actually played pretty well against Josh Allen. Josh Allen didn't have a great game that game.
Nah, defensively.
It was more so the running back. It was James Cook that cooked us.
Yeah, he went off. And I was like, dang. Yeah, so, I mean that was.
So I'm like, man, we maybe we would have. Like I said, I don't know, but I mean that's a bunch of 2020 vision. But I'm just saying, like overall, like the team has gotten better. They have a clear direction. They have a stable organization right now. That's all it did. That's really what it did. That's really what it really is. Like being stable. The owner finally stopped meddling. He finally got a competent GM and a competent head coach that actually like our NFL. Because he got Matt Rule his first. When he first got in, he went with a college coach. You don't. I'm sorry. You don't get an unknown, especially when you unknown. Get somebody that know what they're doing. At least run an NFL organization.
Yeah.
Because messing with 18, 19, 20-year-olds is different from messing with grown men that have mortgages and babies and families. This is different because it's a business.
Not anymore. It ain't different because these guys they get paid just like in the NFL now.
Yeah, but they still young. They still like young guys. Yeah, that's true. They are different, but it's different in the fact that because they can jump ship anytime. You know what I'm saying? With the NFL, you can't just jump ship like what they doing. You get signed to a contract, you either get cut or you on that contract. So you will at least be there for a few years, at least when you coming out and get drafted. With these guys now, you can go get recruited for the college, be there 1 year and go to another school. You don't like it.
That is
so it's like it's still a different dynamic. But with the NFL, it's like I said, it's a business. It's been a business for years. It's not like the college game. The college game is a business, but it's a business from a different perspective.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, you got Matt Rule that didn't know the business. He don't know how to even Cam was talking about it, like you can't do that. He came in and said it like you can't do that. That was another thing. And then you had a carousel at the quarterback.
Yeah, there was so much going on. Wasn't you didn't have
so now you finally got stability. You got
some structure.
Yes,
and a plan.
Owner.
It was a plan in place.
The GM, because I think Dan Morgan's doing a phenomenal job because he actually has a vision. You
have a plan.
You got profiles on players. You got the scouting guys that you like. Yo, we scouting. This is what we like from the scout perspective. Like we know what they like to draft now. Like we seeing we have an idea. We can have an idea.
Yeah.
Even though we'd be wrong because we didn't know they were going to draft daggone Monroe. But it was a good draft.
Yeah, it wasn't a draft it wasn't a pick that you can hate. It wasn't just the previous one.
Previous times we've seen some drafts. Like, why would you, with DJ Johnson, when they draft him in 3rd round, why would you draft him 3rd round? He never played defensive end.
Yeah, that was some bad selections.
Yeah, it's like just stuff like that. You got Chandler Zavala. he could barely stay healthy.
Yeah,
He could
that's
barely
his
stay on
problem.
the
He's
field. He's
healthy.
not even that. Even when he's healthy, he's not even that good. Like that was a bad pick. That was a bad pick. It's just like things like that. So it's like certain things is like, yeah, I think they finally figuring. We're gonna see how that draft class. So because they had a good draft class last year. They had guys that actually produced, actually was involved. Now, if this is another year where guys contribute to another contributing class, you can't ask for nothing else. You can't ask for nothing else. You
Yeah.
want to ask for when you draft guys, you want them to contribute.
Yeah, I mean that's the goal. That's the goal. Why you have a
That's
that's
what
why
I'm
you got to
saying.
win the draft. You got to win the draft, and they did. They covered up a lot of holes that they needed to fix. So I'm satisfied with what they got. So
Yeah.
the tackles, the defensive back, the wide receiver, the safety, even down to the linebacker. I think at the last pick, and then yeah, like I said, safety and everybody else. Oh, and the defensive tackle.
Yeah.
You know, Lee Hunter, getting Lee Hunter out there. So
yeah.
I'm satisfied. I'm ready to see. I'm ready for
I'm excited.
training
I'm
camp.
definitely excited.
All that, you know, come into play. It'll be here soon. It's coming around the corner quickly.
It's already gonna be June.
Yeah, I ain't lying. So it's coming around the corner. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what this Carolina Panthers gonna look for the new year. The new year.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. But I think that we're gonna wrap it up here, and we're gonna call it episode. So we definitely appreciate everybody that was been asking where our episodes, where we at, where we been. So
yeah,
well, we're gonna be back. We're back finally. So
we're gonna try to be more consistent. Definitely. Keep hopefully and continue to improve the quality and just get better as this podcast, man. Cause we appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. We really do, man. Like, subscribe, man. Share, just get the word out, man. As we try to make this thing grow.
Yeah, definitely tell everybody, comment, like, subscribe, and then so continue to look for more of a Fandom flavor.
Exactly, man.
So,
hey, we love y'all. Peace out.
Peace.